Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome back to, after a bit of a break, to the Poetry of Painting. So I've had a couple of weeks off, the last 2 weeks, had a very much well-deserved break, I think. Just taking it easy, chilling. Well, I say taking it easy, but one day my phone told me I'd done 48 floors, so not being idle, but just chilling away from everything, which was really lovely. So anyway, it's great to be back, and welcome to everybody, whether you're watching us live tonight or on replay. And I will now bring on my guest for this evening. It's returning to the show is Ritesh Nigam. So a big welcome to Ritesh. Hi Ritesh, how are you doing?
Hello, Fiona. Hello, everyone. I'm doing good. Recovering from COVID. Shouldn't talk about it, but yeah, much better to be in what do you say, uplifting company of you, Fiona.
Well, likewise, Ritesh, thank you. And I'm so sorry you've had COVID. It's still around a lot. I'm hearing about a lot of people getting it. So hopefully you'll be very soon over it though, and back to full health again. So
Thank you. Thank you.
so yes, it's be prepared. You may feel a bit tired after you've had it before, I think, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is third
Oh,
time now.
really?
Yeah.
Third. I've had it
So
twice, but yeah. Oh, well, all the best for a speedy recovery, as I say. So it's great to have you back on the show, Ritesh. We've got a lot to catch up on because I know you've been busy with all sorts of amazing projects, and I've just been very busy as well. So lots to talk about. And
lots
of
to talk about. I
course,
think half an hour will be less today.
not enough, but we'll try and get there. We'll try and get there. So
Should we talk faster?
and nobody will be able to understand what we're saying, but
Yeah,
never
what's
mind.
the point?
So let's start with some poetry and some painting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a painting up onto the screen for everybody to see a bit larger.
Mhm.
And this one is called Cumbrian Coast, and I no longer have the painting. I'm pleased to say that it's sold, which is really good. And it's in oils, and I think I didn't look it up. I think it was 30 by 40 centimeters. So not a massive painting, but not a tiny one either. And it's called Cumbrian Coast. And no, I can't think of the name of the place it was actually painted of. But sorry, if I think of it, I'll tell you in a little while. But so this was the painting that you chose, Ritesh, from the ones that I sent you. Something hopefully resonated with you. It triggered some ideas within you, and we are hoping going to hear another wonderful poem from you based on this painting.
Yep. Thank you for sending those paintings. It was hard to choose what to select, but as I think you know my process, that I let the painting or the title of the painting speaks to me. If there is a conversation between me and the painting or the title, and then the churnings comes there. So, and I'm glad to say that this painting basically um, was chosen by my daughter.
Oh,
So I was just looking at the mobile. She was sitting next to me and said, which one should I write a poem about? And she said, ah, what about this one? And then we had a small conversation about it. That, okay, what is it? So she was pointing at the things. I was pointing at the things. That this is looks like an old house, and then some fishing nets, some ropes, probably a fisherman's house, and so all those things, we said, okay, I think we got something from it. And I think it came from our memory of just in summer we went to West Wittering beach, and next to the beach there is a bay where, and that was quite of a similar thing which we saw over
ah,
there. So I said,
yes.
"Ah." So that's how all I got to choose this painting, the Cumbria.
Ah. And you know what we need now as well? a poem from you and a poem from your daughter.
Oh my God. I'll ask her. I think
Yes,
she'll be delighted
absolutely.
to write something.
Yes, why
Okay.
not? Let's get some young poets on as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We,
So,
so, without any further ado, let me pull up the screen to read on. Um, so we were, as told you, we were talking about who lives in this house and what could be this whole setting. So this is
mhm.
how I started, and it starts with obviously the title Cumbrian Coast, and that's where the rhyming word come toast. So let me
Oh,
say Cumbrian, Cumbrian Coast, and just excuse my voice, and if I cough, let me have some water.
absolutely. I'm really grateful to you coming on when you're still under the weather with COVID. So
Ah,
take as much time to cough and drink water as you need to.
okay, I'll try my best. Cumbrian Coast, where I had yummy grandma's toast. Toast crisp, golden like the sand beneath my toes. Toes tickled by waves, each a tiny coastal host. Host to summers past, where my memory freely flows back to the flows back to days exploring the tide pools, seeking treasures like shells, polished glass, abandoned feathers drifted in on sea breezes, circling high above grandpa's boat, sailing out to catch our dinner's love for his seafood, fresh off the boat he steered daily, a fisherman's livelihood coat now rewritten as progress swept in place of his legacy, short-lived and thin to the memory eroded by time I wish could bring back that youth of mine again to walk the coast, help grandma, help grandma cook up her famous golden crispy toast.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's really lovely, Ritesh.
Thank you. Sorry I couldn't do it very well in trying not to cough, but
Yeah. Oh, it
yeah,
just conjures up such a time as well, not just the place, but a time and everything around it, and how things have changed since then. And for you as a or the for the writer, I don't know
yeah,
whether you did have a grandma on the coast or not, but for the writer, growing up there and having that and looking back, it very evocative, really lovely. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Love it. Really do. Another stunning poem from Ritesh. Thank you.
Yeah, try to continue with the link poetry form, and um, and I think it was when my daughter looked at it and said that this could be a grandma's house, and that's
Yeah.
where all the idea came out that okay, let's write from a from a childhood memory connecting to this place, and
Mm,
I think every one of us have those kind of holiday places in our memory where we used to frequently go and do. I think the nuances of the normal things like picking up a shell, looking at
mm.
a feather, or just having a toast.
Yes. Yeah, and certainly when you said about the glass, the sea washed glass, I remember one place that we used to go as children. They did badges. It was a really nice place with little log cabins in the woods, quite small. Well, big grounds, but not many cabins, But they did badges for the children, all different things like different leaves, different grasses, different colours of sea washed glass,
Yeah.
pennies with, a certain number of pennies each for the different year and things like that.
Wow.
And I remember collecting the sea washed glass, and of course there's lots of green and white and brown, but then you were looking for blue and even more
Mm.
after red. To find a piece of blue sea wash glass or red was just absolute treasure as a child. So brought back those memories as well. Thank you.
Ah,
Brilliant.
lovely.
So Ritesh, come on. You've been doing something very exciting recently. So tell us about this. It's a fantastic project.
Oh yes, very excited about this project of um, so just like you contacted me last year about your book, this guy he came in contact with one of the group, and he this is going to be his second book, just like yours.
Having said that, just like mine, guess what? Oops, it's hiding me. I have a book right here. I still have copies of my book, folks. If you'd like one, buy one. It's poetry and paintings, and it's in aid of Alzheimer's research. Sorry, my background is tending to hide it, but copies of the book are still available. Sorry,
Now,
Ritesh.
yep.
Book plug over.
So I ordered a couple of your copies from Amazon just to give it as a gift on Christmas, and it's an amazing gift. So
Oh, thank you.
I keep that in mind that, oh, if I have to give something, let me order copies of my authors. So one is yours, and the other one I'm so proud about is this. Probably I
Brilliant.
can say it.
Yes.
So, yep, it's called The Conscious Spinner, and he's Manoj Gupta from. So he wrote his first novel, again like a creative fiction, a self-help
Mhm.
book, and that became a bestseller in India. So he became an author by accident. He just thought, oh, I'm just going to write something. He's actually a managing director of a company. So
Mhm.
he never thought that he will become an author or being seen as an author. Um, and that's an amazing journey that he published something, just wrote from his heart, became a bestseller in India, and now 31st October he's going to launch this, The Conscious Pillar.
Excellent,
It's crossed.
excellent. But I think it's not just doing a book. There's a lot more involved with this, isn't there? Tell us
Exactly.
more
Well,
about it. Come
well, I
on.
think when I'm involved, there has to be a charity or a focus on social cause, and I think that is what my I don't know if you know about the word ikigai is. So I work on the books. So ikigai is a Japanese concept where
Mhm.
they create four circles that if you want to do something which you like to do, something which society needs, something which is your passion, and something from where you can earn money.
Mhm.
So it could be, as they say, if you do something which you love, you never work.
Yes.
So something like that. And then so he said, what can we do about this book, and how can we connect it to a charity or a cause?
So
And
I'm just going to take you back slightly there with the circles.
yeah,
Is it that where they all intersect, is that the optimum place as to what you should be
exactly.
doing?
Yep.
Right.
So if you search ikigai, you will see that's very famous four circles, and where they goes in the center. So you're doing
Yeah.
something which you like, something which is paid, which society needs as well, um, and which is your passion as well. So that's how the whole thing
Yeah.
works, and it's a beautiful concept. When I was working with you, when I was working with other projects and this project, every time I write something, every time I create something, I know that a certain percentage of that time is going to be converted into pounds or dollars or rupees, and that is going to a charity. That is going
Mm.
to, so that solves my purpose of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Um, I read the book, and the book is about an entrepreneur who goes for a globe-trotting trip, learning different wisdom from different cultures, and
Mm.
he kind of become an evolved, and that's why the word consciouspreneur. So you become And the motto of the book is that you become rich with mind and rich with money. So that's
Right.
kind of bringing the capitalism into spirituality, into what the society needs
Mm.
and what you need inside and outside. So that's a beautiful combination of science, religion, the normal capitalism, because this book is coming from someone who is the managing director, running multi-billion dollars projects. And
Mm.
he so whatever he has done as a businessman or as an entrepreneur, then he brings the consciousness into it, and becomes an amazing book.
Excellent.
So, like
Wow.
you, like we did with your book, we did raise money for Alzheimer's. Here, my aim was to find a charity, because Manoj couldn't find a charity which resonates properly. Because, um, and we, while I was going through the book and I was reading it, how the protagonist goes to different places, and the
Hmm.
first place he went was to Brazil, and I just said, okay, can we as an author go to Brazil, find a charity just as the protagonist, so the reality meets the fiction, or
Yes.
the fiction
Yes.
meets the reality. And we were lucky to find our charity partner as Global Giving, which
Hmm.
has lots of projects all over the world. And then they introduced us to an Amazon charity called Wagaloom. Brilliant story of what it is. And they work with remote Amazonian children, set up libraries and everything. I think if we get the time, I will share some links in the comment section. So,
Yes. Or put
um,
them in. Put them in afterwards, and then otherwise they may get lost. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and that's how, a book is published. So the publisher is in India. I'm not the publisher of the book, because
Hmm.
I'm just the, what do you say, the crowdfunding mentor. Where,
Right.
so I'm basically working as to present the book with the crowdfunding charity, and then help him into the book launch, which is going to be on 31st of October.
Wow. Excellent. Well, definitely put all the links in the comments afterwards, Ritesh, so that people can follow those and have a look.
Yeah.
I've seen part of the video, but I
Uh,
haven't seen the whole thing yet, and I didn't have the sound on because I have to confess I was on the train and I didn't have my earphones, and I think it's so annoying when other people sit there with things blaring out of their phones and you're
I know.
thinking, ah. So I do need to still watch that properly and listen to the sound as well. So
Yeah. No,
it
it's
looks
amazing.
absolutely amazing.
The video which we created is an amazing thing, that the children from the charity, uh, the Amazon, they are talking in Portuguese, or the Brazilian Portuguese, and the
Hmm.
subtitles are going on in English. So you'll see, first we thought that we will change everything to English, but to listen to their heart, what they're talking about. And this guy, how he narrates the whole story, um, is heartwarming. Um, uh, I think you can see from my face, I'm so excited, so proud to be doing something which is actually going to bring a change in their lives.
Absolutely
This is amazing.
amazing.
And
Brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant.
if people who are listening to it, I'll leave the crowdfunding link in the comments. So if you would like to get a copy of it, support the cause, please, you're welcome.
Brilliant. Well, listen out, folks. Look at the comments afterwards, and you know where to go. Just click on the link and have a look. And I think you'll be, from the little I've seen of it so far, because I've just been snowed under since I got back from holiday, it looks absolutely wonderful. And even just watching the video will be a total pleasure. So let alone donating to the charity, which will be a total pleasure for those at the other end receiving the donations from it. So do watch it, folks. And I promise I'll watch it properly as well, Ritesh. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So that's absolutely brilliant. So What have I been up to? I've
Yeah,
had,
definitely. Yeah, tell me
oh
about
yeah,
it.
well, I've had 4 exhibitions in the last 2 months, which is really good. Not solo exhibitions and not simply run by me, which is good news because it's been enough to do just getting the work there and stewarding and that. But it's been a really good time, quite a few sales. I've sold some prints as well, which is
Ah,
nice.
wow.
And so, yes, there are prints available of my work, folks, if you'd like them. Or not all of my paintings, but if you're interested in a print, if the original's already sold, or if maybe an original's not on your budget at this moment, but a print maybe. So just drop me a
Yeah.
line. That'd be great.
Is it
Um,
called Glee print? Gickly? No, how do you pronounce it?
sheet clay.
Chick.
Yes,
Yeah.
sheet clay. Yeah. So they're using archival inks on you know really good papers,
Hmm.
which again they're acid free, so they're going to last for a long time. They won't discolor or anything. Obviously, like an original artwork, you don't want to hang them in direct sunlight because that
Mm.
will affect almost every pigment eventually. But they are very good quality prints. Um, so there's that. I've got another exhibition coming up this month, which is at Denby's Vineyard at Dorking in Surrey, and that's with the Dorking group of artists.
Ah.
And that we've got the private view on, just checking the dates, Friday the 13th, in an
Friday
auspicious
13th.
day, Friday the 13th, and then it's open to the public on Saturday the 14th and Sunday the 15th of this month, October. And that's quite a big exhibition, that one, and it's always been fantastic with lots of wonderful paintings, and some of mine will be on show there as well. So
Mm.
really looking forward to that. And then next month I'll have an exhibition with the North Weald group of artists or art group, and I haven't actually got the date to hand of that one at the moment, but I will be back before then, and I can let you all know when that'll be, and I'll put details up in the comments, and I'll be putting posts up about them as well. So if you'd like to come along, that'd be great, and have a look at all the artwork. And apart from that, I've got a few other projects. Like I did 3 plein air paintings while we were away the last couple of weeks, and I know it's not many, but it was a holiday as well, so that's fine. I just need to do a few little tweaks to those to finish those off. So I'll have some new work going out soon, which I do send out on my newsletter first. So if you want to see them before social media get them, before they're on my website, then do sign up to my newsletter, folks. There's a link on the homepage of my website, which is fionahooper.com.
FionaHooper.com.
It is, yeah. Um,
Yeah. So
so
is
I've got 3
is your
paintings there to
painting?
finish. I've got
So is your painting which you
um,
finished at Robin Hood Bay? Is it going to be in one of the exhibitions?
It won't be yet because I haven't actually finally got it exactly how I want as yet, but it will be in an exhibition at some point soon. But
I
it
think
will
we
go
probably need to tell
out
the
on my
audience about
newsletter
Robin Hood
first.
Bay, your adventures of Robin Hood Bay.
Uh, yes, well, it's a lovely seaside town, basically, a village. It's hardly a town; it's a village. It's quite small. It's quite quaint. It's got very narrow streets, very steep, narrow streets. You're not allowed to take your car down there unless you're a resident or a special permit. And then the houses are just built up the cliff side, and
Mm.
the steep side to the bay there, and there's little pathways that go in between them all everywhere. It's a maze, and you can't drive to most of them, even if you've got a permit, because they're along these pathways and you go up and down steps. So we parked at the top, walked down into the village, and it was lovely, and had a good look round, really enjoyed it. Had a walk towards the beach. Well, there wasn't really any beach when we got there because it was high tide. So the beach comes really right up to the seawall
Okay.
there. So we walked up the cliff path up to the top of the cliff, and that's about as far as I got because I could see that further along the path had a fence, but it was on the land side of the path, and on the other side of the path was just like a drop. And I'm not very good with heights, so we came all the way back down into the village, and then decided I would do some painting. So we went all the way up to the car, got my stuff, all the way back down to the village, did some painting there, which was great fun, and spoke to some lovely people while I was working as well, which was nice, including some Norwegians with a Norwegian boohund, which is a dog, for those of you who don't know. It was lovely.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, all the way back up to the car, and with the stairs in the cottage that we rented as well, my phone told me that night we'd done 48 floors. So we were a little bit ready to chill out in the evening, to be perfectly honest. So yeah,
I can sense that. Yeah,
but it was really good, and it was such a lovely place, and just really enjoyed it. And another one, I was driving to find, you know, a suitable location, and of course you can't stop just anywhere because you know the roads aren't made for it, you know, little country roads. But I decided, right, I'd take this turn down towards the coast, and I was just driving down to see what was at the end of the road, and I noticed a track to my right, so there was a place I could just pull in onto a grass verge, and it was just this lovely quiet scene with literally a gravel track going down to a farm in the distance. I could see a little bit of sea in the distance there and a headland, and it was just so lovely. So I did a painting there, and the other one was at Runswick Bay, just a bit further up the coast. So yeah, it was really lovely. I haven't done any plein air painting for ages, so I felt a bit rusty, but I enjoyed it. So it was good fun. So yeah, need to get out more, do more painting outside, because it produces different work.
Definitely.
An immediacy to the work.
I think you have been to West Wittering. Have you been to Ichenor?
I haven't. No.
That's the place.
Okay.
So, almost like in the painting of Cumbrian Coast, it's almost like that. You get as Ichenor is it's a marina. It's a small, very small bay, and a walk towards it's an area of natural beauty to find the birds. So, and we saw an amazing sunset. So yeah, I'll share a couple of the photos from there, and it's I think you'll love it.
Yeah, put some photos in the comments after the show, Ritesh. That'd be lovely. Let everybody have a look and see what it's like. So I've written it down. I was just writing it down, so I don't forget.
I think most of the people, they go to Wittering, so they go to West Wittering, but this is like a gem, you know. Locals only know about it. They don't want to tell anyone.
Oh, right. That's the sort of place I like. Just quiet, small, not too commercial. Just nice. Yeah.
Simply for walking, and it's an amazing path. They have they called walking taxis. So there are walking path which are connected to the water.
Oh.
So you'll get the taxi, you'll get a boat, you walk, and then you walk on the other side, and it's all kind of a marshland where people walk on a very narrow to look for the birds and everything. And so it's if you Google it, you'll see this is, and very, very close to where you live, you know, not very far.
Sounds good. Definitely put it on the list. So hopefully they'll allow painting there as well. So
no, they will definitely.
Fingers crossed. Well, Ritesh, as you said at the start, 30 minutes isn't going to be enough really tonight, but I'm afraid that's about our limit, and we are almost there. So just remains for me to say thank you ever so much for everybody who's been watching and making comments, like Rosie. Sorry, Rosie, I didn't acknowledge your comments. Welcome to the show. Glad you were listening, and it definitely did work my calf muscles going up and down to Robin Hood's Bay, same as it did with Staithes as well. So sorry, Rosie, for not apparently ignoring your comments, but more apologies there. Thanks, Ritesh, so much for coming back on the show and reading your beautiful poem, especially as you're still feeling under the weather. I wish you a very speedy recovery. And I will be back in 2 weeks' time, folks, with another edition of the Poetry of Painting. So take care, everybody. Oh, Rosie says she loves Robin Hood's Bay. Absolutely. It's just such a little gem, isn't it? So thank you, everybody, and look forward to seeing you next in 2 weeks' time. Nearly said next week. No, 2 weeks' time. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.